Have you ever had someone say something really hurtful to you? Something that felt violent? It could be a harsh criticism or judgment from a family member or friend, an unfair or mean comment, a racist joke made by someone at school, something discriminatory, something inappropriate, an insulting comment on social media. The point is, all of us have gone through this at some point. All of us have had something said to us that really hurt us, that we kept thinking about at night before going to sleep, trying to come up with the best answer, feeling frustrated that we didn't speak up when it happened. There are 4 ways that we can react to hurtful messages. 1. We can make the situation worse. For example, someone said to you, "You're so lazy," and you respond by insulting them or saying something even worse. It can end up in a terrible fight, and it definitely won't heal the hurt that you feel about this mean thing that was said to you. 2. We can keep this hurtful message in and let it deeply hurt us. The problem is, when we let it in, this violence can invade our thoughts, take up a lot of space in our head, affect how we behave, how we socialize, affect our mental health, our sense of self-worth. 3. We can succumb to the hot potato principle. A hurtful message is like a boiling potato that burns whoever receives it. So let's say you were doing a piece of homework with a friend and they say to you, "That's not how we're supposed to do it. Are you stupid or what?" They just threw a hot potato at you. And it's in your hands, it burns, and so the next thing you do is get home. Your little sister runs to you, excited to see you, and as she's about to greet you, you shout at her, "Get out of my way, you little rat!" You just threw the hot potato at someone else. The terrible thing about the hot potato principle is that a lot of times, because you have been hurt and you don't know how to handle the pain correctly, you'll end up hurting someone else. You'll end up hurting some of the people who are the closest to you and damaging the relationship with people that you care most about, like your family or closest friends. Or 4, we can decide not to let this violent message in the first place. What do I mean? Let's take a look. A relationship between 2 people is like a 2-way street between them. Through that street, we send messages to each other. The messages can be sent through words or through actions, behaviors. But each of these people is responsible for what they do with the message that they receive. So when you receive a message that isn't good for you, it's your responsibility to not let it in. It doesn't mean that it's okay for the other person to be saying something hurtful to you. It doesn't mean that they're not responsible for making sure that they're being fair, kind, and respectful. It simply means that you have little or no control over what others may decide to say to you, and if they choose to be hurtful, you really can't stop them. But you have control over what you decide to do with that violent message. It's the same as if you started drinking milk and realized that it was off. You would immediately spit it out. You wouldn't drink it and let it give you an upset stomach. It's the same with toxic and hurtful messages. Don't let them in. Don't let them hurt you and make you feel sick. This violent message that the other person has sent you belongs to them. It's their violence, and you do not have to let it in. When you get home, write those words or behavior on a piece of paper. Use quotation marks to signify this is something you have heard, something that was said to you. Then write down the name of the person who said it and the date when it happened. Then crumble this piece of paper and throw it in the bin. This is called relational hygiene, and you have just thrown the violent message in the relational bin. This may sound silly, but honestly, it really works. Give it a go the next time someone says something toxic or hurtful to you.